The woman drifted on the sea with her newborn baby for 3 days and nights. And their only shelter was this sinking container. She casually threw the baby's diaper into the sea. As a result, it quickly attracted several fish to watch. She quickly made a simple fishing spear. But catching fish was not as simple as she thought. Just as she was desperate, she suddenly saw a passenger plane appear in the sky. Excited, she quickly ran back to the container to find a piece of cloth. But when she returned, she accidentally and unfortunately cut her thigh. Ignoring the pain, she quickly got up and called for help. But the distance was too far, and the people on the plane couldn't see her at all. To prevent the wound from infection, she disinfected the wound with liquor. Then she bandaged the wound with earphone wires. The piercing headache almost made her faint. To catch fish and replenish nutrition, she used earphone wires to weave a simple fishing net. After putting the fishing net into the sea, she also put in a diaper as a fishing net. Then she quietly waited for the fish to bite. After waiting for a few minutes, sure enough, a fish entered the trap. Finally, she had a full meal. As time passed day by day, she had stored a lot of drinking water. To get out of danger as soon as possible, she wrote hundreds of help notes. Then she put them one by one into plastic bottles. Then she threw all the bottles into the sea, hoping that someone would find them soon. She had to regularly use a pipe to drain the water out. Otherwise, once the water filled up, they would sink to the bottom of the sea. Worried that the baby would catch a cold, she put liquor in a thermos cup. Then she lit a fire to warm the baby. Because the phone screen was broken and couldn't be unlocked, she could only wait for her husband to call. But that night, her husband suddenly brought bad news. He said he was seriously injured by a gunshot and might not be able to rescue the woman. He cried and told the woman to live strong. The woman was very sad after hearing this. But she didn't complain. Instead, she told her husband that she had given birth to a baby. Then she asked her husband to say some heartwarming words to the baby. She also gave the baby the name Momo. Then the phone ran out of battery, and the two completely lost contact. A few days later, the water level had risen to its highest point. She had to make the worst preparations in advance. She used wooden boards and plastic bottles to make a small raft. In case the container sank to the bottom of the sea, they could still drift on the raft for a while. Soon after, the appearance of a seagull gave her hope. Because wherever seagulls appear, it proves that it's not too far from land. But good times don't last long. The beeswax used to plug the leak at night suddenly fell off. Seawater flowed into the container at a rapid speed. Thinking she wanted to retrieve the stored food, she didn't expect to have her foot entangled by a rope. Helpless, she had to dive underwater to cut the rope. After struggling for a long time, she finally successfully escaped. But when she surfaced, the baby had already drifted away. She shouted loudly on the sea, but unexpectedly attracted the attention of a goldfish. Seeing seagulls appear, she took out the fish from the bottle. Soon, it attracted a group of seagulls to watch. Coincidentally, a fishing boat passed by. They noticed the unusual behavior of the seagulls. So they quickly steered the boat over. Then they rescued the baby onto the fishing boat. Following the rope, they found the woman again. But the woman had already lost consciousness at this time. Fortunately, the kind fisherman did not give up. After a period of rescue, they finally brought the woman back to life. It's hard to imagine a woman at sea drifting for a whole month. She actually survived with her baby relying on her strong will. One has to admire the great power of maternal love. Baby sounds, baby sounds, baby sounds.